What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And chances are, if you're just an average person, you did not watch Ubisoft's presentation. The good news is, I'm such a nerd, I sat through the entire thing, and I'm here to summarize it for you in just a few minutes. First up, there's a new Far Cry game, and this is Far Cry 6, and let's admit it, sometimes Far Cry can be hit or miss. It seems like every other game is terrible, and then the other one is pretty good. So, Far Cry 6 looks like it's going to be one of the good ones. The reason I'm saying that is because we have a really excellent scenario, a really excellent villain. You've got the gentleman who played Gus Fring in the Breaking Bad series taking on the role of a Cuban-style dictator and training his son in the process. I mean, a good Far Cry game is based off of the gameplay, the physics, of the graphics, and everything else, sure, but it's always the villains that sell those games, and this looks like an excellent villain. We got no gameplay, so I presume it's going to be the same old busted, miserable engine. Who knows if it'll actually be any good, but it shows some promise. Next up is a game I know a lot of you are excited for, which is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And I'll just be honest with you, I've never been able to get into the Assassin's Creed franchise, no matter how hard I try. I played a few of them, and I don't know, I'm more of a Far Cry kind of guy. But looking at the gameplay trailer for this, it looks like the combat is nice and fast-paced and really interesting compared to previous games in the genre. So I think this might be a good launching point for people who want to get into the Assassin's Creed series. And I have to say, looking at the gameplay trailer, it shows a lot of RPG elements, a lot of conversation, and it looks like decision-making that's going to impact the game. I hope that turns out to be the case, because that's what keeps me interested in these long, epic 50-hour long games. So I'm hoping they'll be able to make that happen. Now, Watch Dogs Legion probably shows the most promise of any game that Ubisoft showed off, and this is due out in October. And I have to say, as much as I have not been a huge fan of the Watch Dogs games, this one is very unique. The fact that it's called Legion reflects the fact that you'll be able to choose from a vast array of people to recruit with different abilities and use those different abilities to approach situations completely differently. And I love this concept for a game. Now, I feel like this might work well, and it also might fall flat on its face. If the characters are not interesting enough or diverse enough to really vary up the gameplay, then there won't be a lot to do. But if there is a ton of vastly different characters, then you'll have all kinds of different ways to approach situations in this playground of an open world. I feel like out of all the games that Ubisoft showed, this is the one I'm most excited for. Now, of course, Ubisoft loves their first-person shooters and loves their team-based gameplay, so you knew they were going to have a battle royale this time around. And this one is called Hyperspace, and they're calling it a hyper-futuristic battle royale. And honestly, this gameplay has me interested because it does look unique and weird. And if I'm going to play a battle royale, I don't want to do the same thing I've already done over and over again. I want things to be unique and bizarre with weird abilities and weird weapons, and this seems to bring that to the table. The good news is I will probably download the open beta and give it a try soon. You can do that as well if this game appeals to you. If you're one of the handful of people that either love the Tom Clancy series or don't mind playing a game on mobile, good news is there's a new Tom Clancy mobile game called Elite Squad, and the trailer made this seem kind of goofy and fun. Though, I mean, you can probably expect the usual Ubisoft business model, so I might avoid it. And then there was some updates to their existing games, like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, getting some enhancements, Tom Clancy's The Division 2, Trials Rising, Valhalla coming to mobile. If you're not into these games already, none of this stuff is going to get you into them. Now, one of the Ubisoft games I've been most interested in since they announced this back in 2018 is Skull and Bones, and it was noticeably absent from the show. And it looks like it's because that game has been rebooted. Instead of being whatever it was originally going to be, they wanted to be more of a live service style game, and they want to do some live storytelling with it. So, yeah, I don't know if we should count this game out now at this point or what. I don't know if I'm interested in that kind of thing for this game. Also noticeably absent from this presentation was any discussion of the insane number of accusations and the turmoil that Ubisoft has found itself in, including firing one of its creative directors because of accusations that have been levied against him. You would think they would talk about this during the show, but as they said on their Twitter account, that's not what this show is for. This show is just for the games. We'll talk about it at a later date. I almost didn't cover Ubisoft's games because of all of these allegations. All of the drama surrounding these games is very frustrating to me. It really does rob the joy of these games for me. And just like BlizzCon last year, with all of that drama surrounding Blizzard, I just didn't want to talk about those games. But I've matured a little bit since then and decided I would talk about these games anyways because, sure, some of the people that worked on these games are monsters. They're pieces of garbage. But a lot of the people who worked under them and worked alongside them are not people like that. They are good people. And I don't want to punish them or discard their creative vision just because their creative director might have been, most certainly was, a piece of human garbage. Add that to the fact that even when Ubisoft has a great idea for a game and does everything in their power to make it good, they also tend to do everything in their power to destroy that game as well, adding so many microtransactions and so many upsells to the games that they tend to actually distract from the game, if not destroy them altogether. Far Cry New Dawn, I'm talking to you. But if you guys know me at all, I am the hopeful pessimist. So Watch Dogs Legion has such incredible promise, and provided they don't mess it up, that's a game I'm absolutely hoping to get my hands on. Assassin's Creed Valhalla looks so good, it makes me want to go back and play Odyssey, just to play a little bit of the series until Valhalla comes out. And when it comes to Far Cry 6, Far Cry is still one of my favorite game series of all time. I have to hope they won't mess it up. Please don't mess it up. It looks like they put a lot of love and care into the characters and the actors for that game, so I'm hoping they'll get it right. Ubisoft, fingers crossed. Now, that's all just one man's opinion. I know I could be wrong, and let me know in the comments section down below if you think I am. While you're down there, drop a like on this video. If you're not currently subscribed, now is the time to do so. And if you are subscribed, have you hit that notification bell and turned it on to all? That way you get a notification every time one of these videos go live. If you choose to do that, you can help out the channel and help out videos like this and make sure that other people get to see them. Guys, as always, thank you for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.